Good evening and welcome to yet another episode of Tech Today, and we are discussing about e-waste management to people with disabilities. This is Tech Today, as I said, a show that is courtesy of Kenya Society for the Blind, that we are here to make sure that persons with disabilities are digital literate, and of course to make sure that the society understands how the digital space is for the persons with disabilities. My name is Chris Mololo. Our sign language interpreter is Gideon Minor. And to start with, I want us to understand what is e-waste and why it is a significant issue today. So when we talk about e-waste or electronic waste, this refers to discard electrical or electronic devices. And this includes everything from old computers and smartphones to televisions and kitchen appliances. So when you talk about the e-waste, these are those electronic devices that maybe you are not using, maybe they are spoiled and you need to dispose them. So what do you do with these electronic devices or the appliances that you are not using? And as I said, they include old computers, it might be phones that you used, and maybe you got a new one, and then this one could be spoiled, or maybe you are not using it and you want to dispose. So that is e-waste. The significance of e-waste lies in its rapid increase due to our growing reliance in technology. Now, I want you to think of what was being used in olden days, or rather what we can call the analog electronic devices, and the ones that we have, the digital devices. Like for example, when we mention about computers, those who understand technology or those who have gone through computer classes, you'll hear them mention of generations. First generation computers, second, third, up to the whatever generation computer has reached. So looking at that, you can see the technology is growing day by day. Then let's come even to phones. The smartphones that we are using nowadays, you could see they are somehow different from the ones we are using right now. At least they are improved in the features that they have. And then when also look at, for example, the televisions, the ones that were used in those olden days, I'm sure my viewer, you would understand when you hear me mention of Great Wall TV, the black and white, then we came to the colored TV, mtaani tunaitanga TV ya mgongo, and then we came to the flat screen TV, and now we have the digital TVs and we have the smart TVs. When we come to the kitchen appliances, you find they also improve day by day with the technology. For example, you find that something like a dispenser, you find that there is the normal water dispenser and hot water dispenser. Then there is a dispenser that has 3 taps, the normal, cold and hot water. And then you can find something like a microwave or a fridge. There are some features which are improved as the technology grows. So that's why you find that the significance of e-waste lies there. And we can also talk about the disposal. And improper disposal can lead to environmental contamination and health risks due to toxic substances found in these devices. So when you have such devices and you are not using them, how do you dispose them? Yeah. Sometimes you can I've seen people who take those devices that they are not using to the fundis who repair electronics. They maybe take them there, or maybe they sell them at a cheaper price. You find that maybe you have your woofer. Yeah. Let me give an example with your woofer there. So maybe you had this woofer that doesn't have Bluetooth connection. It only has the FM radio, aux, and maybe you can insert a flash disk and memory card and you are able to listen to music. Then you got some cash and you managed to purchase a woofer that has Bluetooth connection. So this other woofer will not be using it, and you just decide, this one, because I'm not using it, I can give it out to maybe a friend or maybe to the fundis who repair the electronics. They can, there is a way they dispose those things better, or maybe they get the important things from those old devices and they use them in doing the repair work. So I think that's a good way of disposing those e-waste. And then maybe another way, you can throw them away, but you make sure you throw in places where you'll not bring environmental contamination, because as you heard, they contain toxic substances which can bring health risks. Of course, for a person who understands technology, can be able to tell us what those health risks are. And because on today's topic we are talking about e-waste management to persons with disabilities, I want us now to take a look at what role do persons with disabilities play in e-waste management. Persons with disabilities can play a crucial role in e-waste management. They often have unique insights and innovative solutions for recycling and repurposing electronic devices. Oh yeah. I just remembered that recycling is a good way of e-waste management. And when you talk about recycling, is when maybe for the kitchen equipment, let's say for example, an electrical kettle. Let's say uh, it got damaged, and instead of disposing it, you can just take it somewhere, be repaired, and you continue using it. And then we also talk about repurposing, which is also not very different from recycling. And then we can also say engaging persons with disabilities in this field not only provides them with employment opportunities, but also raises awareness about their capabilities and contributions to the societies. I'm sure not many people know that there are people with disabilities who understand about e-waste disposal and management. Of course, if they are given an opportunity to show what they are capable of, at least you can find that they have the opportunities to get jobs. And another thing I want us to look at is some of the challenges faced in this sector. Of course, people not knowing that persons with disabilities understand this field is, of course, a challenge to start with. And if they lack those opportunities to show the knowledge or maybe the skills that they have when it comes to dealing with e-waste, could it be disposal or even management, when they lack that opportunity, of course, they stay with that knowledge, with those skills, and they don't help themselves, or maybe they don't help the sector which needs those skills and their knowledge. There are several challenges apart from that I've mentioned. Of course, accessibility is a major issue. And many recycling facilities are not designed with inclusivity in mind. And when we talk about recycling facilities, you find that, of course, they don't know if people with disabilities have knowledge or maybe they have skills concerning anything to do with e-waste. And that's why they don't design their facilities with inclusivity in mind. In the previous episodes, we've mentioned or even called upon tech developers or maybe those who create websites and designers to be thinking and considering persons with disabilities and come up with ways that can make sure that inclusivity is catered for, or maybe they are considering persons with disabilities in the new technologies or the new things that they are coming up with. There is also lack of awareness among the employers about the skills and potential of the persons with disabilities. This is something that I've mentioned, but of course I need to emphasize that for those with the recycling facilities, for you to create those jobs for them, you need to be aware of the skills that these people have. You need to be aware of the potential of these persons with disabilities, and how do you get to know that these people have such skills, these people have such a potential. You need to interact with them. Or maybe as a person with disability, if you know you have a skill and the knowledge about e-waste management, you can also do your research and know where can I get these recycling facilities. You go, you try your luck. You tell them that I understand about e-waste disposal, I understand about e-waste management. Can I get a chance to work with you? And of course, when an employer sees that you are confident and sees that you know what you are capable of course they can't deny you a chance. Additionally, the stigma surrounding disabilities limit opportunities in this field. Of course, stigma is a challenge that we've always wanted to deal with, because when we mention of stigma, we talk about discrimination, we also talk about isolation. Sometimes you get that there's that negative attitude, and especially from the employers and even the society at large. You find that when, as much as I have said that you can't be denied an opportunity if you explain yourself very well, there are those people who see the disability first before seeing the ability. What are you capable of? Maybe this person has listened to you. Let's say an employer. They have listened to you. You have told them, I have knowledge, I have skills concerning this field, but they look at you with that eye. This person has a disability. Or do you know what they say? This person is disabled. How will this person help me? This person will be a liability. I don't think this person will be an asset in this field. And that's how you find that you are denied a chance. But if you are lucky enough and you explain yourself very well, of course, even if you be denied a chance in place A, you can try your luck in place B, and of course you can get a chance, because not every person stigmatize or maybe discriminates people with disabilities because of the awareness that we've tried to create and make sure they understand how people with disabilities can work, the potential that people with disabilities have, and all that. I want us to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the support of communities and organizations in the involvement of PWDs in waste management, among other things that we have prepared for you in this show. You are watching Tech Today on Science TV. We are coming back in a short while after this break.